Good day to everybody. Today I am going to talk about why many startup companies fail. Generally, the success ratio of startup companies are less than 50%. So today I am going to analyze why they are failing. There is one saying in reliability: if something is supposed to fail, then it will. So if a startup there is a reason for start to failure, then there are more chances of failures. So this law of reliability applies to startup companies too. I have seen many question and answers about the failures of startups in Quora. Most of them listed were 2 or 3 reasons, but when I sat down and started writing down the reasons for failures, I came across more than 10 reasons. We are going to see one by one in the coming time. This is Kadal Amuda from Chennai, India. The very first reason for failures is inadequate funding. The promoters generally they make a plan. They expect that revenues and profit will be coming within some period, maybe 6 months, 1 year or 2 years, depending upon the product or service. But when the revenue or profit fails to come by that time, then problem starts. There should be enough funding to sustain during those periods when there was no revenue at all. If this was not properly planned or properly funded, then this startup is very likely to fail because they cannot carry out their day-to-day operation if there was no funding, no money to pay salaries, no money to pay rent and all other things. The startup has to be wound up under these conditions. Next reason we will see almost a similar one, but it's different one. It is lavish spending. So that promoters arrange funds through financial institutions or individuals to start the operations. Once again, they make a plan, that the promoters make a plan that funds will start coming by some date, maybe 2 years, 1 year or 6 months. So they spend the money, whatever money provided by the financial institutions or promoters or financiers by that time. They spend it very lavishly, thinking that money will start flowing in within few months or 1 year or something like that. So whatever money provided by the financial institution will be spent lavishly or in salaries, perks and promotions and so many activities. There is no limitation for spending money. So once they lavishly spend the money and when the revenue did not start by the time, then that startup industry gets into the problem. So this is second reason. Let us see what is third. The third reason is poor understanding of the market requirement. One has to properly study whether there is a real need in the customers. So once if it is not identified and then a product or service are designed to suit that requirement, then that product or service cannot be sold to the market. So one has to identify. This identification is very, very important. Or they should have seen the demand. There should be demand, physical demand. People should be asking for you, why don't you give me this product? Why don't you give me this service? If you are known that you are in that domain, then one can get into manufacturing or making the service for that area. Otherwise, one is very careful in understanding the market requirement. Else, it is very likely to fail. If the customers did not buy, and then there is no way that the startup can survive. This is reason number 3. Now let us see reason number 4. The fourth reason is lack of drive from the promoters. See, running a startup company is not an easy job. There will be a lot of hurdles, pitfalls, problems, issues, roadblocks, whatever name you call it, everything will come in when we start initiating the business process. So one has to be a lot of mental strength and then motivation, preservation to come across or get over all those problems and issues. If the promoters are not fully motivated, then there is likely to fail. This is reason number 4. Now let us see reason number 5. Reason number 5 is poor product design or low quality. Today consumers assume that product quality is ensured. So they will not ask for quality, but there is no quality in the product. People will not be satisfied and then they will not place any repeat orders. So quality has to be ensured. You cannot think of selling a product without a quality. So this is very, very essential. Quality of the product or service is very, very essential. If it is not built into the product or service, then it is very likely to fail, or you cannot make much of profit out of poor quality products. So let us go to the next point number 6. Point number 6 is poor resource management. So there are few major resources: money, time, people, and equipment or machineries. If there are 4 major resources, these have to be properly managed for optimum production or output. If this is not properly managed, then the cost of production will go up and then it may not be viable to sell in the market. This is point number 6. Let us go to point number 7. One shall have a clear-cut goal for the business. So lack of goal will result in lack of motivation, and lack of motivation will lead to failures. So set clear-cut goals in terms of figures has to be set. So then only planning will be proper. The goals they should be: we should make a sale of so many amount of money, may say 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees sale should be achieved within this period. So such a goal has to be set. If there is no such goal, then that startup is very likely to fail or perform very poorly also. Goal is very, very essential for the success of any startup company. Let us go to point number 8. Point number 8 is poor pricing. So people may think that whatever the price I fix, people buy it. It may happen when that is the only product available in the market, then people may buy whatever price being quoted. Or if it is a very fancy item, people may buy also. But what will happen? Very soon there will be competitors, because they know this product or service generates a lot of profits. So if you have priced a product very high, then you are attracting your competitors, or you are creating your own competitors. Then those people will cut your price and then make you suffer. So you should not price a product too high so that you create your own competitors. At the same time, you should not price it too low also. If you price too low, then you won't generate profit. Revenue may come, but profit may not come. Profit is very, very essential for the growth of the startup. So pricing is very, very important. Pricing should be long-standing, it should generate long-standing business and then the reasonable profit. Then let us go to the next point number 9. Point number 9 is poor marketing. See, if there is an entrepreneur or engineer or technocrat starts the company, he thinks that once his product ready, people will come to his office or factory to buy it. No, that will never happen. A good product needs good marketing also. Then only customers will be aware that such and such a product is available from such and such a person. So very good marketing is very essential, and then marketing should be targeted to satisfy the need of the customer. Marketing shall not explain the features of the product. It shall target to how it will satisfy the need of the customer. This is very, very essential. Talking about the product will not generate a sale, but talking about satisfying the need of the customer will generate sales. So good marketing is required for any product. If it is not properly done, that it is very likely to fail in the coming days. And the next point is, so far I have not seen anybody discussing this point. This is cheating. See, many people make documents, approach investors, convince them to fund their project. Once the project has been funded, they swindle the money and go away. So if that is the case, the startup will very likely to fail. Long ago, I met one State Bank official. He was having a manager of a very big branch. He said once to me, 50% of the people, entrepreneurs, start a business only to cheat banks and other financial institutions. This is very sad to know, but this is a true fact of which is happening. This may be one of the major reasons for failures of many startups in India or elsewhere also. So I have explained 10 points for you. Kindly subscribe to my channel so that we can view this type of business videos in the coming days. Thank you for watching. Good day to you. This is Kadal Amudam from Chennai, India.